I'm Milan.
And I'm Noah. And this is classification.
Wait a second. What is classification?
Well, Milan, classification is the action or process of classifying something according to shared qualities or characteristics.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
But do you know what classification includes?
Well, I know it includes binomial nomenclature, but what is that?
Binomial nomenclature is a system of nomenclature in which two terms are used to denote a species of living organism.
Oh yeah. The first one indicating the genus, and the second one the specific species, right?
Yes, sounds like you are starting to remember this all pretty well. Now, do you know who made that?
Well, I forgot that one.
I'll give you a hint. His first name is Carl, and his last name is Linnaeus.
Oh, that guy, of course.
Right when I started to think you would remember it all, too.
Well, there is something I do remember that I bet you don't.
And what would that be?
Well, do you know the order of classification?
I know it starts with domain being the broadest and ends with species being the narrowest.
That part is true, but the order of classification is domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and finally species.
Oh, of course.
I'm just not really sure if I remember how they get narrower each time.
Let's try to see if we remember, starting with domain.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. Well, domain is the highest taxonomic rank of organisms, in which there are three groupings: archaea, bacteria, and eukarya.
Right. And kingdom classifies organisms from the three domains even further by dividing them into 6 more groups.
Okay, now for phylum. Each kingdom contains one or more phylums which would further divide organisms.
Then in class, each phylum is even further divided into different classes.
So, order is a taxonomic rank using the classification of organisms and is recognized by the nomenclature codes.
After that, family would be the rank below order, in which the orders are divided by even more specific attributes.
Then, genus is the rank after family and before species. It brings even more closely related organisms into even more specific groups. It also is the first name of the binomial nomenclature.
Finally, there's species, which is the last and narrowest rank in order of classification. It is also the last name in binomial nomenclature.
Wow, we really remember classification.
Yeah, I really think we do, so I guess this is the end.
Taxonomic rank used in the classification for organisms and is recognized by the nomenclature codes.
After that, family would be...
I said it as a question.
Further by dividing them into 6 more groups: Archaebacteria, Eukarybacteria, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. Yeah, how do you say that?
It's, Archaebacteria, Eubacteria. Well, is there something I do remember that I bet you don't? Well, is there something... Well,
Is there something? Question mark?
Well, is there something I do remember? Okay. Well, is there something I do remember that I bet you don't?
Say it again. Say, well, there is, not is there.